Welcome back to the channel, guys. Well, this is part 2 of the restoration of my wife's single cab ute. And if you haven't seen the first part, there'll be a link in the description. Go and check it out. But basically, I surprised her for her birthday with this 1963 Aussie muffin top roof. And you can see her here coming in, has no idea that this thing's waiting for her. And as you can imagine, she was pretty stoked about it. So anyway, what we'll do is we will continue with part 2 of the restoration process, which included a lot of cutting and welding and all that crazy stuff. But yeah, there she is with her with a purple bow on the top. And yeah, anyway, we'll get back into it and check it all out. Part 2. Righto, guys. So here we have the two-tone we decided to do to the ute. I think it was just a bit of an experiment at first. We used a matte white and put it on very, very lightly just to give it that aged look. And I did sort of age the paint later on with a bit of a process that we'll talk about. But yeah, so I think it actually came up quite good when you see the final product. Okay, guys, so what we're looking at now is the gearbox, and I decided to have a crack and try and I had two of them, and I just pulled them apart and thought I'm going to clean them out and have a crack at trying to get them restored. I don't know much about gearboxes, and I just pulled them all apart and cleaned them as best I could. Yeah, and what ended up happening is I put the hub assembly in the wrong way. So when I assembled the gearbox back into the ute and went to take it for a drive, I put it in first gear and it went backwards. And I was just like, what is going on? Could not for the life of me work it out. And I ended up having to ring a mate who actually restores gearboxes, but he's miles away, and he said, "Oh, yeah, no, I think you put it in the wrong way." So I had to pull it all apart again. And as you know, that gearbox oil absolutely stinks, and you get it everywhere. And it was a nightmare. I probably shouldn't have, tried to go there. And anyway, that was my sort of gearbox crazy story. Righto, so now we've got the engine split there. It's a 1500 case, and we gave it a really good clean out. I went and got it actually machined, to get it flat. And, we've got all the components here, new conrods and, bolts. You can see here it's all getting put together. My good mate Paul, the guy from the oven that lives in the oven, him. He came and, got it all together for us, and got some nice flashy parts there. And we ended up putting a 1641 kit into it, so a little bit bigger. And one of the modern distributors there, the electronic style one. And a lot of nice new parts on it. Used the block and tackle there to work on it up at a good height. So these are the blue pushrod adjustable type style ones that I put in, and they're hopeless. They leak like a sieve. I found out later they're only a temporary style pushrod tubes, so I have to replace these and go back to the stock original ones. They just leak from either end, doesn't matter what you do to try and stop them. So yeah, a little bit of a pain in the neck, but I'll just swap them out to a new one. Next, we've got the engine running. Actually, I've got a little bit of a test video to show you guys. Yeah, so have a listen to this. Yeah, so she runs pretty good. There's a nice photo of it just all finished off. I had to get that air cleaner from the samba.com in the States because they're really hard to find those that original style oil-filled air cleaner. So I was happy to get that one and get it all sort of looking Mickey Mouse in there. Next, we've got the just the gearbox and the straight axle section all put in, and front beam all painted up. That came up really good. Got a few pictures of that all painted, and got the master cylinder in there, a few other bits and pieces. This was a little custom job I did here just with the rear engine lid, and I just put a fiberglass section in there. I wanted that old school look. Yeah, so we wanted the 57 look with the brake light in the middle, so this was a bit of a custom job, and obviously had to colour match it, which took a little bit of time to get it aged. But those 57 engine lids are super expensive. They're about $1,000, and I wasn't going to, just put this other style one in. It had a bit of rust in it anyway, so I thought we'll just mod it, cut it in the middle. I can get the third brake light into the middle of it. And it came up really nice actually. You'll see in the next photo, you cannot even tell that it's been chopped and fixed up. So yeah, have a look at this one here. You see there, it looks perfect, and you've got I wanted the 57 brake light on the brake light lenses on the back of it. So we thought we'll just go with that old school look, and came up unreal. Yeah, and we ended up going with a LED style brake light indicator all in one unit. They're Custom Dynamics in America. They do a Harley motorbike, or all kinds of motorbikes actually, but they're really super bright LEDs if you need them. You'll see here in this clip here how bright they are, and they're amazing. Like that's your tail light, and the brake light's even brighter than that. They're amazing. Anyway, we'll get back to the music. Enjoy. Righto guys, so now you can see the upholstery side of it. Got the headlining done, and yeah, she came up really good. A couple of custom gauges up there that I've made, and the seats, got the seats done from Vox Trim. Dave did a great job. It's just a nice rear end shot, looking at the lights and the colour matching on it, and did a good job on that. And here's a little video of it getting test driven down the road.
Here comes Daddy in the ute. Brum, 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 brum.
Get behind! Righto guys, so what I wanted to show you now is just if you have a look at the patina and how I got that whole front to look so aged, and the roof, and obviously all that white paint. So what I ended up doing is getting a bucket of water and put vinegar in it and some rusty metal, and I let it fester for about a month. And the slurry that I got out of that was basically what I used to put into a little bottle of a spray bottle, and just sprayed it onto the surface and let it rust, and that was the effect that I got. And then of course after that I just put a matte clear over it to seal it, and as you can see, great effect, hey? Now a lot of people sort of go, oh, it's fake patina and all this sort of jazz. I mean, if you look carefully, it actually is real rust. It's not brown paint or sanded metal, how you see some people do it. It's as real as you can get without, going a bit silly with it. The roof actually has got, pitted rust in it, so it's definitely not fake. It's just been enhanced a little bit by that slurry that I've put on it, and the rest of the ute obviously is all real. There's no fakeness on it, but it was really just to try to blend the two colours and make them, look better. And I didn't want to do that whole sanding through, because I just think that looks terrible. It doesn't look real. You look at that roof, and that had a coat of white paint on it, and it looks like it's 60 years old the way it is. So no, I really love the effect. Obviously the decals are sanded on the side there. I pretty much wanted to make the decals look old and weathered and battered as well, so I think that effect came up very good. So there's a few more things we need to do to this. It is actually jumping out of fourth gear, so the gearbox does need to be rebuilt properly, so that's next on the cards. We're putting a rack and pinion steering in it, because the wife doesn't like the worm drive steering. It's a little bit all over the place. The motor's good, everything else is really cool about it, but I made that roof rack on the top too. That was just out of some metal that I had, and I thought I'll make a little custom roof rack. I think that kind of looks quite cool, but it does whistle in the wind really badly. That's the only thing that's not that great about it. But we've got a couple last videos here of just test driving it up and down the road, and that'll be the last little bit about it. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video, and it's definitely a gem, and we'll be keeping this one for a long time. So yeah, happy days.